What if I told you the key to success isn't just about grinding it out, but about how you think? That's exactly what Napoleon Hill's classic Think and Grow Rich gets into. And let me tell you, it's so much more than just another self-help book. It's a full-on systematic philosophy for achieving greatness. Seriously, this book has changed so many lives. We're talking everyone from entrepreneurs to artists, and that's because its lessons tap right into the core of human potential. And here's the best part. It's not just about getting rich. It's about creating success in any area of your life. So today, we're going to dive in and break down Hill's key ideas and see how we can all start to think, act, and, grow into our best selves. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to tackle 5 key areas. We'll kick things off with the mindset of achievement, then grab our tools for success. After that, we'll fire up the engine of action, learn all about programming your subconscious mind, and wrap it all up by showing you how to claim your success. Sound good? Let's get started. Okay, first stop on our journey, the mindset of achievement. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with 3 crucial ingredients: purpose, desire, and faith. So let's break down what those really mean, shall we? So the absolute bedrock of Hill's whole philosophy is this idea of having a definite purpose. Think about it. Without one, we're just kind of drifting, right? We get distracted, we settle for less. It's like trying to sail a ship without a compass. Hill says we need that personal compass, that one clear goal that guides every single thing we do and really connects with who we are deep down. But let's be real, finding that kind of clarity, it's not always easy. It takes some serious, honest-to-goodness soul searching. You've really got to be willing to ask yourself some tough questions, like what truly matters to me, and what am I willing to pour my heart and soul into achieving? So how do you get there? How do you build that rock-solid purpose? Well, Hill gives us 3 simple but super powerful steps. First, he says to write down your vision. And don't just jot it down. Get really, really detailed with it. Next, craft a personal mission statement that sums up your big goal. And the final, crucial step, you got to review that statement every single day. Make it a habit. Keep it right at the front of your mind. Okay, next up is desire. And Hill calls this the starting point of all achievement. But listen, he's not talking about just kind of wishing for something. No way. He says true desire has to be a white-hot obsession, a relentless drive that just plows through any doubts or roadblocks. This isn't just about wanting something, it's about lighting a fire inside you that absolutely cannot be put out. And of course, he doesn't just leave us hanging, he gives us a 6-step formula to turn that fire into a reality. Here we go. Step 1, get crystal clear on exactly what you want. 2, figure out what you're willing to give in return. What's the sacrifice? 3, lock in a deadline. 4, make a solid plan, and this part's huge, start right away. 5, write it all down in a short, clear statement. And step 6, the big one, read that statement out loud twice a day, every single day. Once when you get up and once right before you go to bed. Now, when Hill talks about faith, he's not necessarily talking about religion. What he means is an unshakable belief in yourself and your vision. It's like the bridge that connects your dream to your reality. It's what gives you the guts to take action, even when you have no idea what's coming next. And to build this faith, he talks about something called autosuggestion, which is basically a fancy way of saying you need to program your mind with positive affirmations. So how do you actually do that? How do you build that kind of faith? Well, here are a few killer ways. First, create affirmations that line up with your goals. Something simple like, I am fully capable of achieving my dreams. Second, and this is important, don't just say it, you have to see it. Picture your success in your mind while you say your affirmations. And third, maybe the most important of all, surround yourself with people who believe in you and lift you up. Your environment matters. All right, so once you've got that mindset locked in, you need the right tools in your toolbox. So let's talk about the tools for success, knowledge, and, of course, collaboration. We live in a world with total information overload, and Hill makes a really important distinction here. On one hand, you have general knowledge. It's kind of like being a mile wide and an inch deep. But then you have specialized knowledge, and that is the deep, expert-level mastery of one specific thing. That's what really makes you stand out from the crowd. So how do you get that kind of specialized knowledge? Well, it all starts with finding your passion and then making a commitment to go deep. You've got to totally immerse yourself in it. Go to workshops, take courses, soak it all up. And here's a pro tip from Hill. Learn from the people who've already done it. Find mentors and team up with leaders in your field. And that brings us to one of Hill's most famous concepts, the mastermind. So what is it? It's basically a small group of people who get together to pool their knowledge, their resources, and their support to help each other win. It's all about synergy, that amazing idea where the whole is so much greater than the sum of its parts. It's where 1 plus 1 really does equal 3 or even 10. Okay, so we've got the mindset, we've got the tools, but none of that matters if you don't take action, right? So now it's time to fire up the engine of action, and that's all about persistence and courage. And Hill was so clear about this. He basically said that persistence is often the one single thing that separates the people who make it from the people who don't. And I love this. He said to think of it like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. It's what helps you push through the tough times and just keep on going, no matter what.
Okay, so how do you train that persistence muscle? First things first, break that huge goal down into smaller, bite-sized pieces. The key is to focus on making progress, not being perfect. Second, you have to know your why. What's driving you? That's the fuel that'll keep you going when you want to quit. And third, build a daily routine that locks in your commitment. Maybe it's journaling, maybe it's reviewing your goals, whatever works for you.
But what's the number one thing that kills persistence? 9 times out of 10? It's fear. Hill actually identified 6 major fears that hold us all back. The fear of poverty, of being criticized, of bad health, of losing love, of getting old, and of death. These fears, they build these invisible walls around us that keep us from taking those big, bold steps. But here's the good news. You can overcome them. It just takes awareness and practice. So here are 3 powerful ways you can start to tear down those walls of fear. First, you have to challenge your negative thoughts. Be a detective. Ask yourself, is this really true, or am I just telling myself a story? Second, you've got to adopt a growth mindset. That means seeing failure not as the end of the road, but as a lesson, a chance to get better. And third, just take small steps. Get a little bit outside your comfort zone every day. Those small wins build massive confidence over time. All right, let's get to the control center of this whole operation, your subconscious mind. Hill had this brilliant analogy for it. He called it the fertile garden, and you're about to see why that's so perfect. So here's how the metaphor works. Your subconscious mind is like a rich, fertile garden. The crazy thing is, it doesn't care what you plant. It will grow beautiful flowers of success, or it will grow weeds of doubt and fear. It just grows whatever seeds you give it. So by consciously choosing to plant the right seeds, we can literally reprogram our subconscious so that it's working for us instead of against us. So how do you become a good gardener for your mind? Well, you water the good seeds with those affirmations and visualizations we talked about. That's how you feed them positive images. Then you have to pull the weeds by being mindful of your thoughts and plucking out the negative ones as soon as they pop up. And finally, you have to enrich the soil by surrounding yourself with positive influences. You know, the right books, the right places, and especially the right people. All right, we've covered a lot. So now it's time to bring it all home and talk about claiming your success. This is your call to action. This is where the rubber meets the road. So this is it. This is your call to action. Just remember, the journey to greatness, it really does start in your mind. It's all about defining that one clear purpose and setting it on fire with a burning desire. It's about building that unshakable faith, going deep with specialized knowledge, and getting that powerful mastermind group around you. And yeah, it's about practicing persistence day in and day out, facing down your fears and taking care of that garden in your mind. What Think and Grow Rich really teaches us is that success isn't reserved for some special, chosen few. It is right there within your grasp. So the only question left is, are you ready to claim it?